Welcome to Military Video Operators 2022. All fighter jets and their descriptions. Most fighter jets in modern air forces belong to the fourth generation. They are maneuverable and they carry advanced radars and are extremely adaptable. Fifth generation fighter jets are the latest and the most advanced machines. Not only do they have stealth characteristics, they are also equipped with the latest avionics, data links and sensors. Let's check out most of the fighter jets actively flown today. The Saab JAS-39 Gripen is a light single-engine multirole fighter aircraft manufactured by the Swedish aerospace and defense company Saab AB. The Gripen has a delta-wing and canard configuration with relaxed stability design and fly-by-wire flight controls. Later aircraft are fully NATO interoperable. As of 2020, more than 271 Gripens of all models, AF, have been built. The HAL Tejas is an Indian, single-engine, delta-wing, light multirole fighter designed by the Aeronautical Development Agency (ADA) in collaboration with Aircraft Research and Design Centre (ARDC) of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited (HAL) for the Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. It came from the Light Combat Aircraft (LCA) program, which began in the 1980s to replace India's aging MiG fighters but later became part of a general fleet modernization program. In 2003, the LCA was officially named Tejas. It is the smallest and lightest in its class of contemporary supersonic combat aircraft. The General Dynamics F16 Fighting Falcon is a single-engine multirole fighter aircraft originally developed by General Dynamics for the United States Air Force, USAF. Designed as an air superiority day fighter, it evolved into a successful all-weather multirole aircraft. Over 4,600 aircraft have been built since production was approved in 1976. Although no longer being purchased by the U.S. Air Force, improved versions are being built for export customers. In 1993, General Dynamics sold its aircraft manufacturing business to the Lockheed Corporation, which in turn became part of Lockheed Martin after a 1995 merger with Martin Marietta. The Boeing F/A-18E and F/A-18F Super Hornet are twin-engine, carrier-capable, multirole fighter aircraft variants based on the McDonnell Douglas F/A-18 Hornet. The F/A-18E single-seat and F/A-18F tandem-seat variants are larger and more advanced derivatives of the F/A-18C and D Hornet. The Super Hornet has an internal 20 mm M61 rotary cannon and can carry air-to-air missiles and air-to-surface weapons. Additional fuel can be carried in up to 5 external fuel tanks and the aircraft can be configured as an airborne tanker by adding an external air-to-air refueling system. The Sukhoi Su35 NATO reporting name Flanker E is the designation for two improved derivatives of the Su-27 air defense fighter. They are single-seat, twin-engine, super-maneuverable aircraft, designed by the Suhoi Design Bureau and built by the plant. The type was originally developed by the Soviet Union from the Su-27 and was known as the Su-27M. It incorporated canards and a multi-function radar giving it multi-role capabilities. The first prototype made its maiden flight in June 1988. Following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, Suhoi redesignated it as the Su-35 to attract export orders. 14 aircraft were produced and used for tests and demonstrations. One example had thrust vectoring engines and was in turn designated the Su-37. A Seoul Su-35 UB-2C trainer was also built in the late 1990s that resembled the Su-30MK family. The Eurofighter Typhoon is a European multinational twin-engine, canard delta-wing, multirole fighter. The Typhoon was designed originally as an air superiority fighter and is manufactured by a consortium of Airbus, BAE Systems and Leonardo that conducts the majority of the project through a joint holding company, Eurofighter Jagdflugzeug GmbH. The NATO Eurofighter and Tornado Management Agency, representing the UK, Germany, Italy and Spain, manages the project and is the prime customer. The aircraft's development effectively began in 1983 with the Future European Fighter Aircraft Program, a multinational collaboration among the UK, Germany, France, Italy and Spain. The Dassault Rafale is a French twin-engine, canard delta-wing, multirole fighter aircraft designed and built by Dassault Aviation. Equipped with a wide range of weapons, the Rafale is intended to perform air supremacy, interdiction, aerial reconnaissance, ground support, in-depth strike, anti-ship strike and nuclear deterrence missions. The Rafale is referred to as an omni-role aircraft by Dassault. The McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle is an American twin-engine, all-weather tactical fighter aircraft designed by McDonnell Douglas, now part of Boeing. Following reviews of proposals, the United States Air Force selected McDonnell Douglas's design in 1969 to meet the service's need for a dedicated air superiority fighter. The Eagle first flew in July 1972, and entered service in 1976. It is among the most successful modern fighters, with over 100 victories and no losses in aerial combat, with the majority of the kills by the Israeli Air Force. The Eagle has been exported to Israel, Japan, and Saudi Arabia. The F-15 was originally envisioned as a pure air superiority aircraft. Its design included a secondary ground attack capability. The Sukhoi Su-30 Mki is a twinjet multirole air superiority fighter developed by Russia's Suhoi and built under license by India's Hindustan Aeronautics Limited (HAL) for the Indian Air Force (IAF). A variant of the Sukhoi Su-30, it is a heavy, all-weather, long-range fighter. Development of the variant started after India signed a deal with Russia in 2000 to manufacture 140 Su-30 fighter jets. The first Russian-made Su-30 Mki variant was accepted into the Indian Air Force in 2002, while the first Su-30 Mki assembled in India entered service with the IAF in 2004. The IAF has nearly 260 Su-30 Mki's in inventory as of January 2020. The Su-30 Mki is expected to form the backbone of the Indian Air Force's fighter fleet to 2020 and beyond. The Sukhoi Su-34 is a Russian twin-engine, twin-seat, all-weather supersonic medium-range fighter-bomber strike aircraft. It first flew in 1990, intended for the Soviet Air Forces, and it entered service in 2014 with the Russian Air Force. Based on the Sukhoi Su-27 flanker air superiority fighter, the Su-34 has an armored cockpit for side-by-side seating of its two-person crew. The Su-34 is designed primarily for tactical deployment against ground and naval targets, tactical bombing attack interdiction roles, including against small and mobile targets, on solo and group missions. This jet is equipped with a toilet and a kitchenette. The FC-1 Xiaolong or JF17 Thunder is a lightweight, single-engine, multi-role combat aircraft developed jointly by the Chengdu Aircraft Corporation (CAC) of China and the Pakistan Aeronautical Complex (PAC). It was designed to replace the aging Mirage 3 and Mirage B combat aircraft in the Pakistan Air Force. The JF-17 can be used for multiple roles, including interception, ground attack, anti-ship, and aerial reconnaissance. The Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor is an American single-seat, twin-engine, all-weather stealth tactical fighter aircraft developed for the United States Air Force (USAF). As the result of the USAF's Advanced Tactical Fighter program, the aircraft was designed as an air superiority fighter, but also has ground attack, electronic warfare, and signals intelligence capabilities. The prime contractor, Lockheed Martin, built most of the F-22's airframe and weapons systems and conducted final assembly, while Boeing provided the wings, fuselage, avionics integration, and training systems. The aircraft first flew in 1997 and was variously designated F-22 and F-A-22 before it formally entered service in December 2005 as the F-22A. Despite its protracted development and operational difficulties, USAF considers the F-22 a critical component of its tactical airpower. The fighter's combination of stealth, aerodynamic performance, and mission systems enable unprecedented air combat capabilities. The Chengdu J20, also known as Mighty Dragon, is a twinjet all-weather stealth fighter aircraft developed by China's Chengdu Aerospace Corporation for the People's Liberation Army Air Force. The J-20 is designed as an air superiority fighter with precision strike capability. It descends from the JX program of the 1990s. The aircraft made its maiden flight on the 11th of January 2011 and was officially revealed at the 2016 China International Aviation and Aerospace Exhibition. The aircraft entered service in March 2017, and began its combat training phase in September 2017. The first J-20 combat unit was formed in February 2018. The Sukhoi Su-57 is a twin-engine stealth multi-role fighter aircraft developed by Suhoi, which was initiated in 1999 as a more modern and affordable alternative to the MFI Mikoyan Project 1.44-1.42. Suhoi's internal designation for the aircraft is T-50. The Su-57 is the first aircraft in Russian military service designed with stealth technology and is intended to be the basis for a family of stealth combat aircraft. A multi-role fighter capable of aerial combat as well as ground and maritime strike, the Su-57 incorporates stealth. The Kai KF-21 Borame, formerly known as KFX, is a South Korean fighter aircraft development program, with Indonesian involvement, with the goal of producing an advanced multi-role fighter for the South Korean and Indonesian air forces. The airframe is stealthier than any fourth-generation fighter, but does not carry weapons in internal bays like fifth-generation fighters, though internal bays may be introduced later in development. The program is led by the South Korean government, which holds 60% of the program's shares. Indonesia took a 20% stake in the program in 2010, and the remaining 20% are held by private partners including the manufacturer Korea Aerospace Industries. The AIDCF-CK-1 Ching Kuo, commonly known as the Indigenous Defense Fighter (IDF), is a multi-role combat aircraft named after Chiang Ching-kuo, the late President of the Republic of China. The aircraft made its first flight in 1989. It was entered service with Republic of China Air Force Taiwan in 1992. All 130 production aircraft were manufactured by 1999. Taiwan initiated the IDF program when the United States refused to sell them F-20 Tigershark and F-16 Fighting Falcon jet fighters following diplomatic pressure from China. Taiwan therefore decided to develop an advanced indigenous jet fighter. The Aerospace Industrial Development Corporation (AIDC), based in Taichung, Taiwan, designed and built the IDF jet fighter. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II is an American family of single-seat, single-engine, all-weather stealth multi-role combat aircraft that is intended to perform both air superiority and strike missions. It is also able to provide electronic warfare and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities. Lockheed Martin is the prime F-35 contractor, with principal partners Northrop Grumman and BAE Systems. The aircraft has three main variants: the conventional takeoff and landing (CTOL) F-35A, the short takeoff and vertical landing (STOVL) F-35B, and the carrier-based CATOBAR F-35C. The aircraft descends from the Lockheed Martin X-35, which in 2001 beat the Boeing X-32 to win the Joint Strike Fighter (JSF) program. Its development is principally funded by the United States, with additional funding from program partner countries from NATO and close U.S. allies. The Mikoyan MiG-35 is a Russian multi-role fighter that is designed by Mikoyan, a division of the United Aircraft Corporation (UAC). Marketed as a 4++ generation jet fighter, it is a further development of the MiG-29M, M2 and MiG-29K Cub fighters. According to a Russian defense industry source, Mikoyan MiG-35 is essentially an upgraded variant of MiG-29KR. Many consider MiG-35 a new name given by Mikoyan for marketing. The first prototype was a modification of the aircraft that previously served as a MiG-29M2 model demonstrator given temporary name MiG-35, but a later prototype was a different model with different equipment that served as the base for the MiG-35 as is known today. Mikoyan first officially presented the MiG-35 internationally during the 2017 Moscow Air Show. The first two serial production aircraft entered service in 2019. The Mitsubishi F-2 is a multi-role fighter derived from the General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon, and manufactured by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and Lockheed Martin for the Japan Air Self-Defense Force, with a 60-40th split in manufacturing between Japan and the United States. The basis of the F-2's design is the F-16 Agile Falcon, an unsuccessful offer by General Dynamics to provide a low-cost alternative for the Advanced Tactical Fighter (ATF) competition. Production started in 1996 and the first aircraft entered service in 2000. The first 76 aircraft entered service by 2008, with a total of 98 airframes produced. The first active electronically scanned array (AESA) radar on a combat aircraft was the JAPG-1 introduced on the Mitsubishi F-2 in 1995. The F-2 is nicknamed Viper Zero, a reference to the F-16's unofficial nickname of Viper, and the Mitsubishi A6M0. The Sukhoi Su-35 is an all-weather carrier-based twin-engine air superiority fighter designed by Suhoi and manufactured by Komsomolska on Amur Aircraft Production Association, derived from the Su-27 and initially known as the Su-27 Kelvins. Compared with the Su-27, the Su-33 has a strengthened undercarriage and structure, folding wings and stabilators, all for carrier operations. The Su-33 has canards, and its wings are larger than the Su-27 for a slower stall speed. The Su-33 has upgraded engines and a twin-nose wheel, and is refuelable. First used in operations in 1995 aboard the aircraft carrier Admiral Kuznetsov, the fighter officially entered service in August 1998, by which time the designation Su-33 was used. The Shenyang J-11 is a twin-engine jet fighter of the People's Republic of China whose airframe is based on the Soviet-designed Sukhoi Su-27. It is manufactured by the Shenyang Aircraft Corporation. The aircraft is operated by the People's Liberation Army Air Force and the People's Liberation Army Naval Air Force. The actual J-11 originates from a 1996 purchase of 200 Su-27s through Rosober-1 export for $2.7 billion under a co-production scheme. By the agreement, SAC would assemble aircraft from kits manufactured by Komsomolska on Amur aircraft plant and fit them with Russian subsystems which would not be co-produced. Production began in 1997.